Hello, my name is FlamingCacti. Welcome back to Workers and Resources over at Republic. 1950, hard mode. In the previous episode, we laid down our basic grid layout. We also laid where our main highways are going to be and where our main railway is going to be. At least the beginnings of it. I'm trying to mark out the most important things first, so that way we know where we can and cannot build. Alright, so we've given ourselves a large grid layout, so that way we have plenty of room within the grids to fill them in. If you make your grids too small in this game, it's not going to work very good, and you're just going to trip over yourself later on. Alright, so what do we need to do? We have so far put down our shopping center, a warehouse, a train station for our citizens, and a bus station. That way, there's a source of food. We can replenish that food with trains, we can put people on trains to go to work far away, and we can drop people off at the bus station to get on a train to go to work far away. Alright, what are we going to be doing in this episode? In this episode, we're going to need to be putting down the rest of the buildings. At least we're going to put down the rest of the citizen-related buildings and the state-related buildings. So that's going to include things like putting down a large sport hall somewhere, so that way they've got something to do in the winter. We're also going to put down football fields and whatnot somewhere eventually, probably mixed in. I'm going to try to make it more aesthetically pleasing. Anyways, we'll also need a cinema as well, and I'm going to put down a large pub. I'm going to rely on alcohol pretty heavily to keep my citizens sedated because I don't really want to deal with them complaining. Let's see, we're also going to need... we will need a hospital and a fire station. Kindergartens will be best mixed in with our actual residential buildings. Schools, we can have a very large central school and that'll work out well. Let's see. We'll need some kind of university education, and I think we'll put down the headquarters of the Communist Party first. We'll need a police station, courthouse, prison, and a city hall. And then of course lots of decorations and monuments to keep our people loyal. Alright, so what are we going to do first? The very first thing I want to check out is I want to make sure that everyone here can walk where they need to go. And as you can see, I can't put down a pathway there. And I've played around with this a little bit off camera, but it won't work, essentially. Where even if you put down that and then try to reconnect it, it's not going to be happy with the proximity of that footpath. So I need to slightly move where I'm putting the warehouse, so that way this fits a bit better. So let's make that adjustment real quick, and I'll actually do that off camera just because it will be a very minor change. To make this easier on myself, something I'm going to do is I'm going to put down my footpath right away, so that way I know for sure where I can't put the warehouse. So let's see. We do something kind of like that. Will that work? Will they be happy with that? Let's find out. They will. Excellent. So we'll just need to get that reconnected. So maybe we can connect it something like that, but then could straighten that bend out. Connect that right into the road, then tee that up at a 90-degree angle. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we need to make sure that the rail line can still connect where it needs to go. I'm going to turn off my snap to grid, and I'm going to visually line this up with the grid. That looks about even, and that looks about even. I'm just going to back her off a little bit. And then let's reconnect that with the rail network. I'm going to take out as much curve as I can, and I'm lining up the middle part with the grid. Yeah, like that. Let's it's the minimum amount of track that we need. There we go. And we'll do the same thing on the other end. Yeah, I think that. And then that. Alright. So now we can actually get paths going across, which is going to help with getting our people where they need to go. Let's see, can we bring people across there? Can. That's good. Just do that. And how about over here? But I'm gonna hang off on that for now, and we'll come back to that because I don't want to put a node in an inconvenient place. Alright, so we need to put down, let's do a sports hall. Let's do that first. So that's gonna be under residential area and then sport hall. And we could put this down pretty much anywhere. Maybe put it there. How would that look? Yeah, that'll work. You can even give it a loop around as well. Yeah, let's do that. Or we could do... I want to make sure that I can get a footpath in between though. So maybe we'll do that. Then let's just place down our footpath. So I need to connect. Let's try to get that node right in there. Is that going to be enough room? I don't know. Well, it's enough room to count at least. Yeah, that totally works. It's a little bit crooked, but that'll do okay. I don't think we're going to get less crooked than that. Alright, and also, let's see, over here, like the... almost, come on, right there. Yep, and there. Alright, and we're just going to make that all gravel. We're not going to bother with mud footpaths. Yeah, okay. So let us give a footpath going around as well. Something like that will do. And we'll continue right there. Okay. Perfect. Is it almost? Yeah, there we go. We're gonna need to prioritize walking because people walk everywhere. So it will be very important that we make sure that people can walk where they need to go. Alright, so we need to build a cinema so that way they can get some quality culture in. Cultural enjoyment. Let's see. Can I fit you in there? Not quite. Where can we fit you in? Could do maybe that. I'm not sure I like that though. Maybe we could flip it around and put it in that corner there. How would that work? That should be fun. Let's do that then. And let's just keep on building our paths, make sure that this entire area is going to be very walkable and very accessible by foot. Alright, I think we can fit in a small sports field there, so let's try to slide one in if we can. Maybe I'll have to disable my snap. Will it fit? Oh, yes, right there. Barely, but it does fit. So that way we have a football field right next to the cinema. Why not? It fits. They'll appreciate it. Maybe we can give ourselves a large Soviet emblem right in front of the bus station. Just as a reminder to the people. Alright. So, build out these paths a little bit more. I get a path in there. Kind of. We'll do that. It's not necessary. But we may as well, I suppose. And let's get our crossing path going across. Right over there will work. Let's also connect the train station with the road. Alright, what else do we need? We're gonna need... let's see. We fit a giant school around here somewhere. About one size down from the largest. That one. We can... I don't think... oh, but we could put the school right next to the sports field, maybe. I just wish it wasn't such a oblong shape. We could also build smaller schools. What about an orphanage? Can we... maybe we could put a school and an orphanage right next to each other. Let's turn on our snaps for that. And let's see, can I fit that long school next to it? What if I turn off the snap? Not quite. probably make that work if I really wanted it to, but let's try other things. Okay. We need a pub somewhere. Oh, that kind of fits nice. Could put the pub next to the cinema, or we could put the pub next to the shopping center. I kind of like next to the shopping center better. Yeah, let's do that, and let's actually rework the roads up there to make the pub fit in. So I'll put on some snaps, and let's see. Let's fit that in there to begin with. Can we do that? I just want to make sure that this is something that I actually want to do. Let's see if we can fit a road through there. If we can fit a road through there, then maybe so. Yes, we can fit a road through there, but can we snake a road through there with our pub? Something like almost there. Ooh, maybe that? It's not bad. Yeah, can totally fit that in there. Might need to connect the pub and the shopping center first and then work everything else around it. This game can be very finicky when it comes to placing things. Alright, and I think that'll work. It looks so ugly though. I'm gonna fix that, hang on. I've decided I just don't like the way it looks. Alright, so maybe we can fit a pub in somewhere else. Maybe somewhere like there. Can you do that, maybe? Might not be so bad. Let's try connecting those. And not quite. Just want something that looks good. It's gotta look good. I don't hate that. And I think that's about as nice as I can be with this area. Alright, that works. That'll work. Okay. What else can we do with this area? Can we maybe cut some more walking paths across? Do I need to put down the paths first before it lets me? That could be the case. Yes, alright. So, we have another walking path across, that's good. What else can we do with it? Be something like that. So that way they can access the other side of town as well. It's probably as direct of a path as can be. Ooh, can even do that. Cutting all the way across. Not necessary, but why not? Never mind. Okay, what else? Let's keep this moving. Let's put down a courthouse right here. Gonna have to demolish some of the pathway for that, that's okay. That's why we're not building yet. And can we align that to a grid? Can. I just don't know if I love the way that looks. Maybe I'll just free place it. Right there should be fine. Let's connect in the pathways. Let's see. Drop him straight down. I like flaring them out a little bit. I feel like that just makes them look a little bit more natural. And also I think it improves the ability for people to walk because it shortens the distance just by a little bit. Can we put a pathway going down there, or is it not going to let me? Let's just keep it simple. Do that. Do that. And, oh, okay. So it's letting me build on and on and on like that. Will you even let me do connected in there? You will. Okay. So in that case, maybe let's redo it slightly. And we'll instead do something like that. Yeah, that looks good. Looks very good. Alright, so what else do we need? We need a prison somewhere. Do we want to put a prison right here? Probably not. I feel like there's better places to put a prison. What about a police station? Does a police station fit there? It ever so barely does not. I could make it fit there, because I don't really want to use small police stations. Oh, a accounting office. You will barely fit. Yeah, so let's redo the pathway to give ourselves a millimeter more room. Okay. State infrastructure, police station. Can we align this to a grid? We can. Do we want to? Sure. And was there another thing that I wanted to put down? City Hall. Are you gonna fit in with the grid? Or no? You're not. Okay. But we can just put you right there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's get these footpaths in. So it doesn't seem like we have enough room to connect that footpath connection in the back. That one right there. But that's okay. I think we can do just fine without it. I don't think we're going to need it. Can I get any connections in there though? Or are you not going to let me? You're not going to let me, are you? Nope. Okay. Maybe we'll have to try putting the accounting office down on the other orientation then. Get you right there. We can. Okay, so we'll do that. You're not going to fit? I'd really like it if that fit. Okay, what else? Can we could connect you there, but I don't think it's necessary. That one would be better served just by coming off straight, probably. I feel like that would make more sense to connect into there like such. Yeah, okay. Oh, footpaths. Lots and lots of footpaths. And this is why we plan before we build. Alright, what else can we do? Can I make that any more straight? I would like to make that straight. Let's do that, and that, and that. Okay, very good. So we have filled in that block. What else do we need? We need... We have a courthouse, we have a police station, we have a city hall. We need a headquarters of the Communist Party somewhere. We need an orphanage somewhere. Central school would be nice, but doesn't have to be central. Rather than on the other side of the pub. It's kind of fun. Let's see. Even do other size schools as well. I think we got all the main buildings except for education. So let's see, an orphanage. Put an orphanage right next to the pub. Yeah, we'll do that. Orphanage right there. And let's build some more pathways. That looks good. Connect that across. Yeah, if the game doesn't let you place a pathway down where you want to, but you think you should be able to, you can try getting it from different angles. Alright, let's see. We have an orphanage. Can we put down any more pathways for that? Not particularly. Alright, so we can do a school. Let's see. Is that school too big? If I had put that school there, could I have put the smaller orphanage? Well, that smaller orphanage would actually fit there pretty well. And we would have to do the, middle amount of school? And I feel like we're going to need more slots than 136. It's not like we're going to be able to build any other size anyways. So maybe we should just put this down and call it okay. Yeah, do that. School right next to the pub, because that's a good idea, right? School next to a pub. Not teaching the young any bad habits at all, are we? And let's connect in the footpath again. Yeah, there we go. So let's make sure we have everything. We have our shop, we have a pub, cinema, got some sports. We don't have emergency buildings, don't have a university, but we do have a school and an orphanage, don't have a kindergarten, don't have a prison. I think we have all the basic necessities. I'm going to rework that road one more time now that I'm looking at it. Minor change, but I think it looks a little better. But now we can't get a road in there. Is that a problem? Kind of. Is it a big problem? No, but it would be nice. Alright, now that we've put down almost all the buildings, let us also put in our headquarters of the Communist Party somewhere, so that way we can start educating people right away. Let's see, maybe we can have it kind of near the highway. Maybe from a position where it will be somewhat visible. And maybe in such an orientation where it will seem particularly inviting. Let's see, we have the big staircase out in the front of the building. Do we want the front of the building facing the highway? We could also fit it in there and then kind of make this like a campus area. I kind of like that. I kind of like that a lot. Even though I think it might be better to show it off to the world, you know, make it face the main road. Alright, so put that there. And we're gonna need some halls of residence somewhere as well. Let's see. Probably just place those off to the side. Ooh, let's see. What about that one? How's that look? Would I rather have the long one across the street from the orphanage and school, or would I rather have sideways looking one? Maybe let's turn off the snaps. And I have a feeling I want to make that pathway go straight across. So let's just put down that pathway and then work around that. Alright. Halls of residence. Ooh, we can fit it in there, ever so barely. Yeah, let's do that then. Alright, and we'll connect that with the footpath. And let's put a footpath on the back side of the building. Let's see, how close can we get? We can get that close. Right there. Great. Maybe we can even fit in a football field or something in there, or we can reserve that for utilities, because we do have to think about utilities. That is going to be important. Like we absolutely will need to consider waste. Actually, I should have been considering that this whole time. But we'll work around it. We'll figure it out. But let's see, what do we want to put there? I kind of like the idea of a sports field. Let's put a sports field there. So can we fit that one in, or no? Cannot. Do a standard football field. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I think we'll put one right there. We'll do a gravel footpath. And will you fit in anywhere there? No, I did not think so. Alright, maybe we'll have you parallel, connect right there, and let's see, maybe people will be interested in crossing the road to access this place. So let's put in a pathway. This can come straight off there. We can, but it's not going to be happy about that because of the footpath weirdness. Alright. Okay, we can fit that in there. That'll work. And see, I kind of want a statue in there somewhere. I feel like it'd be crazy to have a field there and no statue. Ooh, maybe a water feature. Can we fit a water fountain? We could have just put one there by itself, but that's not really what I was going for, I suppose. What about a medium round fountain? Does not fit. Okay, small round fountain. Does fit. And it fits. Just put it right there. Perfect. And we'll connect in the football field with that as well. I'm going to move it slightly. I think we can do ever so slightly better on the placement. And I want to. Perfect. That could not be better. Beautiful. Alright. Also need to put in some footpaths around the halls of residence. Can we squeeze in a footpath through there? So far, it does not appear so. Darn. Would have been a good spot to be able to squeeze the footpath in through. I really wish we could. Darn it. What if I redo the rail line through there? Let's see. Still not happy about it. Oh, I guess because this is all part of the building still. Let's see. Yeah, right here where it's ending, that's all within the building. You just can't see it, but it's still part of the building right there. So that's why it's not letting us. Oh boy. So we have to take that back a little bit. On. So let me place it. Okay, let's load from an autosave. Ta-da! Alright. So, actually build that then. And do we also want to parallel the rail line there? Yeah, sure. It's kind of a fun look. And maybe we can even put down a decorational fountain. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, it'll do. It's a fountain. People like fountains. I can do better. I almost like that square layout a little bit better. Maybe if I could actually get that in. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll work. And now let's get that fountain in. Too big for medium. Small is not small. I don't think we have enough room to fit a fountain. Oh, monument. Can we get a Lenin in there? We cannot. Okay. Put a symbol. No? Can we get one in there? No? What about there? No. We can get one there. I feel like a Lenin would go better there. Maybe a big Lenin. Oh, it almost fits. It does not fit. Oh, so close. And the Soviet symbol does not fit. So maybe a hammer and sickle. Put it there, and I did that by holding down Control just before I placed it. Just because I wanted to put down the gravel pathway my own way. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, let's see. What else can we do? Put down a gravel footpath just outside. Something kinda like that. It's not bad. Just connect these in. Maybe we can get one going across there too. Be nice. Yeah. Something like that. Beautiful. Alright. Someone's winning a design award for this. Ah, messing around. Don't have any room to get a footpath going through there, so we won't. Because I don't think it would serve us any good to throw in a footpath just in there. Good. You know what? Whatever. Let's just do it anyways. It might help someone eventually. It's a little wasteful on nodes, and it's not best practice, but we'll do it anyways. Alright, what can we fit in there? We could do a sports field, maybe? Another sports field? But like an indoor pool. No, we could not do an indoor pool there. Or a sport hall. We could do a House of Culture. It's kind of lame to have right next to the university. I mean, maybe it's kind of like a secondary building kind of thing. I was just imagining something a little more grandiose than a House of Culture. What else we got? Do a... no. Too big. Museum of the Republic. There we go. What do you give? You're a tourist attraction. You give museums. Okay. I assume you also give culture. And that would be a good location right next to the headquarters of the Communist Party. Let's do that. Oh, where is it? Museums. I didn't quite take that footpath back far enough. Back all the way. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah. Just like that. That fit in there very perfectly. And we'll extend the footpath as far down as we can. Yeah, I'll take it. That looks okay. What can we put in front of the university? What things would belong in front of a university? Do lots of sport fields. Sports are important. Is there anything else I could put in front of the university? So we've got an indoor pool. And although that does have a road connection, you don't need a road going to it, even though it has a road connection. Even if you're building it yourself, they will build it through the footpaths. As long as you don't have to deliver anything to it, then you don't need a road connection. Yeah, maybe we could fit an indoor pool. Right in there. Even get a footpath right there. But may as well have one going up the side. Like that better. And we'll slightly cover the line. I say that just to keep it straight. Okay. Can we get a... oh, I saw green for a moment. Oh, right there. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. Let's do a football field next to it. Let's see. Football playground. We already have one. Maybe we want tennis or something instead. That one's bigger. It's kind of nice. Yeah, let's do that one. We'll make a walking path through there. And let's round this corner a little better. Yeah, that's nice. That's good. Oh, that looks great. I like that. Lots of sport all around the university. When you fit a volleyball court in there, or are we asking too much? Might be asking too much. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. Nope. Okay. But we can totally put a monument there, which is probably the better thing to do. Let's put a big old Soviet emblem. Come on. Just go down. You're so close to fitting. About a large Lenin. Could do that. Lenin looking upon the university's front gates. A nice view walking down the front steps. You've got Lenin off on the right and then mountains behind him. Probably better than having a giant blocking Soviet symbol. I guess we can do that. That's fine. Maybe we'll throw in a hammer and sickle over here though, for good measure. If it lets us. Come on. No? Of course not. Why would you? While we're at it, let's place down some more symbols, or emblems rather, monuments in general. Things that will remind people of who's in charge. Not necessarily for that reason, but for that reason. Yeah, I'll put one down there. One down there's good. And even double up because this will be a densely populated area as far as where people will be concentrated and spending a reasonable portion of their lives. So I think having a lot of monuments in the area will be a positive thing. Let's see. Maybe we can get a fountain in there instead. I don't know if a fountain really fits what I'm going for. I feel like I'd rather use that space for utility than a fountain, given the choice. What can we do? Can we fit a hammer and sickle in there? Oh, what if we finish the footpaths in this area? Because that kind of got messed up a little bit when I redid those roads. Maybe we can redo the roads again and make it better, maybe? That'd be the hope, at least. Let's see. Is that better, worse, or the same? I think it's just the same. Maybe we can put something in the center there. A large monument. Soviet emblem. Yeah, right next to the school. Everyone to see. There we go. Gotta keep them reminded. Could even put down another emblem. Or we could put down a nice fountain. I do like fountains, and emblem does fit there, but I don't know if it fits there. Are they expensive? Kind of. How much are these fountains? Cheaper, but the fountains don't do anything. Guess we'll do another emblem. Because people will be spending a lot of time in this area, so having a lot of things like that will be a good thing. Alright. Is there anything else we can place in that area? Maybe a small fountain? I'm not sure about that. Unless we could have placed the symbol farther up and then put that medium fountain in. Ooh, I have a creative idea. What if we do something like guy there, pin some footpaths to wherever, and then we'll take a monument, but we'll take, you won't fit sideways, will you? No. You will take that one. What, you won't? Not enough room? Oh, darn it. I was hoping that would work. That does. We want to have a Lenin staring at the pub. I'm not sure about that. I think I like the first one better. Yeah. We'll put the emblem right there. And we'll decorate it with a footpath. Walking is good for you. Alright. Maybe a small fountain? Will you fit there? You will not fit there. Will you fit there? You will not fit there. What about an emblem? That fit there? It will not. A copper Lenin will not fit there. Okay. I do think there is a great spot for an emblem though. Now we won't be able to build that realistically, but that's why we're not playing in realistic modes. That way we can do things like that sometimes. So we'll put an emblem there because I feel like that's just a very natural spot for one. Maybe we can push it forward a little bit actually. Yeah, that'll be good. And maybe we can fit something in that little area. Maybe a Lenin. Yeah, okay. Works. And I just really want the loyalty bonuses. Unless we can do a fountain. How would a fountain look? Let's check out a fountain. Almost fits, but not quite. That's kind of nice considering it's like a pub. Then you also have like a walking area next to it with a fountain that you can go sit at or something and go look at the monuments. Yeah, that sounds reasonable. I just wish I could do something with that space there. Maybe we just need a small fountain. Or, no, we already tested that. That doesn't work. Darn it. Nothing fits there. Could add an unnecessary footpath. Oh boy, it's going to be painful to build. But you know, I kind of like the way it looks. So we're going to do it anyways. I like the idea of this being a very heavily footpathed area. Can probably put a footpath in there and connect one down there somewhere. Something like that. Why not? And you're not going to fit in there, are you? No. And we get a Soviet symbol in there? Or, what is this called? Symbol versus emblem. Okay. Nope. Do a small Lenin. It's not bad. Do a small Lenin right there. Yeah, sure. That's next to the bus station, too. Now, this is all going to be expensive, and it's not going to be good for trying to get sewage systems in and whatnot, but I think we can worry about that later. Alright, is there anything else I need to do to call this city good? Let's double check. Other than housing, and plumbing, and electricity, and garbage. No, I think I have all the buildings I need, other than residential buildings, and we've got plenty of monuments and everything, so I think this will be good. The only thing I can possibly think of is maybe we should put down like a prison and a fire station and a hospital, maybe? So if we're going to put down a prison, where do we want to put it? We might not want to put it right in the middle of our downtown, but at the same time, is there any good reason not to? I'm not really familiar with a good reason not to. So let's do it. Maybe it will ensure that we're always going to have people available to work at it by having it near our downtown. Ah, shoot. Come on, get out of there. Sure. Oh, there it is. Come on. Symmetrical. There we go. That. Let's extend this footpath going all the way down since we have a reason to now. Yeah, there we go. So we've got our prison in. Maybe let's put a ring of footpaths around it. Man, that crossing sure gets broken up in that road a lot. Maybe we can make it cross just once. It's not bad. Okay, yeah, we can do that. Looks okay. So what else do we need? I'm not sure those will be permanent. Let's see. We need a hospital. Unless we would do a technical university, like a small technical university. What's the full-size one look like? It's similar sized to what would fit there. And it would allow us to get researches done, and we could share much of the existing infrastructure that's already being used for college. You know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Now, you may be wondering, how the heck is this guy playing on hard mode? Well, we're not going to build all these things right away. We're going to try to build a lot of these things ourselves the slow way. So we're going to auto-build the critical things that we need right away. But if we don't need it right away, we're not going to auto-build it. We're going to build it ourselves. Otherwise, there's just no way that financially we could dream of doing it. Let's see, if I take out these rails, then can I get a footpath across okay? Can. Then can I get those rails back, or is it going to complain? Can. Nice. Do I want lots of crossings? Not really. I think that one will be plenty. Especially now. Let's look at the walking on that. You cannot walk to the grocery store, though. Don't know if I'm going to be able to solve that one for him. What if we straighten out that path a little bit? Let's redo that footpath. I guess let's just redo the whole road while we're at it. You know, if I got rid of those footpaths there, then we could probably get this road in a bit easier. That's not bad. Can we get a footpath in on the side? And I like that. And we get a footpath in there. I would love to be able to fit a footpath right into there, but it's not letting me. Let's try that. Oh. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Do we want to put a monument there, or do we want to connect it with another footpath to the other side of the road? Monument's kind of nice. Can we get the monument there? We can. But I wish he was facing that way. So we'll keep him facing that way. And that'll work fine. Let's upgrade his footpath to gravel, 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 gravel. Alright. What else do we got? So we've got Technical University now. We need to finish the footpath on that. Oh, that worked out nice. Maybe, let's see, can we fit anything interesting in there? Probably does not belong there. House of Culture does not really there. Oh, that football playground fits pretty well. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it there. Why not? That'll be good. More sport enjoyment. Right next to the school. And we'll pretend those connect. They don't, but we'll pretend. So we need a fire station and a hospital. Let's see. Fire station, we can do a big one, or we can do a tiny one, or a medium one. We don't need anything very large. I know that much. We could always put down another university halls of residence as well. That will fit somewhere, for sure. Yeah, let's do another university halls of residence, and then we'll do a hospital. I don't know if that's gonna fit though, with everything that I want to put there. So we could do a small fire station, and honestly that is plenty. well, if we don't need a big fire station, then why put down a big fire station? Is there any advantage to? Don't think so. Let's see if we can connect those with roads and how a fire station might look coming off the side of that. I don't think we can fit one of those guys in. Nope. So how about the small one? Yeah, we can totally fit a small one in there, no problem. Yeah, I guess so. That works. We don't need a big fire station. That small one will be plenty large. We just need a few fire trucks. Just enough, just in case. Now the hospital is blocking that, where there's actually no room through there. Even though it might look like there is not. Maybe we can fit a monument in there? Yeah, we can. Alright, we'll do a Soviet symbol smack dab in the center. Right there. And that will be sufficient. Will it? No, it won't. One more try. We'll move it over a smidge. After putting down a footpath, just to mark off the other limit. That in there, we should be able to, but we can't. Darn it. Right there. There we go, it worked. This game is finicky. But it's a good game. I like it a lot. It's one of my favorite games. Alright. What else? Is there anything that can fit in there? So there's a school over there. Maybe we could put down another school over here. Or maybe an orphanage. Could do a small school. Oh, medium school. Even do a medium school. You know, I like that. Let's do that. That feels fitting, right next to the Technical University. And I'm sure we'll need the capacity eventually, so... What else? We need... nothing else. This is perfect. Other than the lack of a monument right here. Maybe a Soviet emblem, if it fits, ideally. No? Soviet symbol then, that works. We'll even give it a footpath. Yeah, there we go. Lots of walking options. And the gravel will help with walking. It's 87% walking speed versus, let's see, the gravel road is 62% walking speed, mud road's 50%. So a gravel walking path is better than an asphalt road, and is actually just as good as an asphalt road with streetlights and sidewalks. But we'll eventually upgrade them to be asphalt footpaths, which will be one of the best, and then for the extra little final bit we can do lamps as well. But we have done a lot. This is a long episode, maybe even 2. I'm not sure whether this is episode 2 or 3 at this point. We'll see in editing. But yeah, we've put down a lot of decorations and monuments, and this is our city center where everything will be built around. So we're going to need residential buildings, but we're also going to need to make sure that the residential buildings can get to the city center primarily by bus station. And the bus station can walk to everything in the city center. So if we can drop people off at this central bus station, then we know they're going to be able to access their needs, especially once we upgrade from mud to gravel. So we're going to need to make sure that we design a good bus network, which we'll probably do before actually putting down buses. But that will be for the next episode. Thank you for watching episode 2 of Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic, Hard Mode, 1950 start. In this episode, we have placed down all of our city center buildings, and really all that's left is to put down our residences and some bus stops. So, thank you for watching. It's been a long one, but I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that this showed you a lot of insight as to how to actually plan a good-looking city downtown. It's a little bit hard to see right now, but I think this is going to look wonderful once it gets built. The only thing that we're missing is a secret police, and I'm not building that right now because we don't have the research for it. So we'll have to place them on the outskirts, but that'll be okay. We'll figure out a way. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, give it a like, leave a comment, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye for now.